Somebody please tell me how the hell this small amount of stuff just came to $218.
Food prices are just insane.
Can someone explain why chicken is so expensive here in Canada?
Today on What the Fuck Canada Costco edition.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Excuse me, butter? $9.50.
Isn't this crazy? This is almost $60 worth of groceries.
People are losing it over an old flyer showing how cheap groceries were only a few years ago.
The prices are insane.
Cost of groceries up, debt is up, and I think Canadians are quietly breaking.
Canada is facing a quiet emergency. Not in hospitals, not in classrooms, but in kitchens and grocery aisles. Food has become so expensive that millions of Canadians are struggling to eat. Groceries that were once affordable, milk, bread, vegetables, meat, now feel like luxuries. Families are cutting back. Parents are skipping meals so their children can eat. And seniors are stretching every dollar just to survive. This isn't just about rising prices. It's about dignity. It's about the fear of walking into a grocery store and realizing you can't afford the basics. It's about the shame of choosing between rent and food, between medication and nutrition. Canada was once seen as a place of stability, but today, hunger is spreading quietly across the country. Food banks are overwhelmed, working families are lining up for help, and the promise of security has been replaced by the reality of survival. This is not the Canada people were promised. This is the Canada people are living through. And it's time to talk about it.
Okay, guys, this is getting out of hand. Butter? Excuse me, butter? $9.50. Listen, I don't have no recent comparison, but in all my life shopping, I never knew that butter was $9. Come on, guys. It's like it out of hand. It's like it out of hand, Canada. Come on.
Isn't this crazy? This is almost $60 worth of groceries. Cheese, lettuce, yogurt, applesauce, 2 things of pop, some chicken strips, and some milk. And it came to $54.60. Crazy, right? Can someone explain why chicken is so expensive here in Canada? I mean, is this price justified? Is this the same price back in the States? Can someone cross-check and let me know, please? Because this is outrageous.
People are losing it over an old flyer showing how cheap groceries were only a few years ago. This flyer from Food Basics is from 2020, and some notable prices on here include the 2 for $5 bags of chips and the 11-pound watermelon for only $2.88. And this flyer is from 2009, where basically everything is on sale for 99 cents.
Shop with me at Costco Canada. The prices are insane. 3 steaks are $70. A strip loin roast, $182. Prime rib roast, $169. Prime rib roast, $169. Okay, now this is amazing. Sushi at Costco. How did I have no idea? Totally reasonable price too. Okay, back to overpriced food. $11.99. Thing of grapes. 5 avocados, $8.99. This was $450. I believe I got like 10 items. Outrageous.
Cost of groceries up, debt is up, and I think Canadians are quietly breaking.
A family of 4 will spend an extra $800 on groceries in 2025.
When we asked our community how they're doing in an online poll, we have just over 2,100 subscribers on Unfiltered, and out of the 141 who voted, over 50% said they're struggling. Not just tight, struggling with bills, debt, and no end in sight. Only 20% said they were doing okay. Want the full breakdown? Click right up here for the YouTube link to Unfiltered. We're saying what the legacy media won't.
Somebody please tell me how the hell this small amount of stuff just came to $218. How? Somebody tell me. This was literally 3 bags of groceries. 3 bags. $218? Like, are you joking? Guys, this is not okay anymore. Like, we have a serious fucking problem here in Canada. Like, why? Why is this happening? This isn't even gonna last, not even 5 days. $200, $220, not even 4 to 5 days that's gonna last. And that's only for 2 people. Like, this is not. We need help in Canada. Hello, somebody, the government, whoever the fuck is trying to fuck us in the asshole. Hello.
Why does grocery shopping in Canada feel like a luxury experience? I literally see the total and immediately think I'm in a designer store. Like, the prices are getting ridiculous. Where are you going to get your groceries and escaping these prices? Because bread, expensive. Eggs, don't even talk about it. Mangoes, I had to pay $5 for 1 mango 2 weeks ago. I need to know where you are going because I must be going to the wrong places at this point in time because there are so many items that I had to stop buying because they have gotten so expensive too. What's that one item for you? Let me know down in the comments below because I need to get myself all the way together for the next time I go back to this store.
I would like to say I'm shocked, but I am not. I am just curious. How much are you paying for your berries? These blueberries, they are the big ones, like the sweetest batch, $10.99. That's crazy. Strawberries, they actually look pretty good, but honestly, they're pretty white in the middle. And there's like 16 in here. $10.99. This is crazy. Half these are gonna end up on the floor or in the garbage because they go bad in like 2 days. Anyway, how's your grocery bill doing? Let me know in the comments. So if you're considering moving to Canada, I would highly recommend that you reconsider, specifically Ontario, because that's where I live. And the food prices are just insane. So I just want to give you an example. I asked for 5 slices of turkey breast. You can literally count them. I literally asked for 5 slices because it's for my daughter and she doesn't eat very much. Anyways, I got the Compliments brand, which is like a no-name brand. $7.72. $8 for 5 slices of turkey. What is happening?
What you are looking at here is $145 worth of groceries in Canada, 2025. There ain't much here, but this is a lot of money for what you're actually getting.
It's prime rib roast. It's a small roast. Basically, it's like 2 steaks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What is it? $60 fucking dollars?
Today on What the Fuck Canada Costco edition.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Ew. What the fuck? These used to be cheap.
66. What the fuck? $15 for cotton candy grapes.
What the fuck?
$7 for blackberries.
What the fuck?
$11 for rotten corn.
What the fuck?
$17
For this. What the fuck?
$13 for plums.
What the fuck?
$11 for 6 avocados.
What the fuck?
$45 for 4 kilograms of chicken.
What the fuck?
All right, 3 packs of hot dogs, $22. That's still $7.30 per package.
What the fuck?
I swear these go up every time I come here. We get these for school lunches and my kids love them. $18 for 12 sucks. $16 for a watermelon.
What the fuck?
Remember when pop was like $9.99 and then it went up to $11.99 and now it's $15.69? What the fuck? $12.49 for 2 of these. I swear these are cheaper at Walmart. Same price at Walmart. And the last what the fuck. And it gets worse.
Across Canada, families are living on the edge of hunger. Parents walk into grocery stores with a list, but leave with half of what they need. Prices for basics, milk, bread, vegetables, meat, have climbed so high that even working households are forced to ration. It's not just about cutting back, it's about sacrifice. Mothers and fathers skipping meals so their children can eat. Kids growing up with less nutrition, less variety, less security. Dinner tables that once symbolized comfort now symbolize stress. The emotional toll is heavy. Parents feel guilt for not being able to provide. Children sense the tension and worry about things they shouldn't have to. Families feel shame for struggling with something as basic as food. Hunger isn't just physical, it's psychological. It erodes dignity. It erodes hope. It erodes the quiet confidence that tomorrow will be better. And this isn't happening in some distant place. It's happening here, in one of the wealthiest countries in the world. A country that prides itself on fairness, yet leaves families choosing between rent and food, between bills and nutrition. This is not the Canada people were promised. This is survival mode. And survival mode is no way to live.
Alright guys, I'm an American, I'm in Canada right now, and I want to go over how bad it is here. I'm at the Walmart, and y'all should see the prices. Alright, let's start with strawberries. Look at this. Yeah. Now let's go to the apples. How bad could it be? It doesn't stop there. Alright, let's go to bananas. Let's see how bad bananas are, right? Let's walk over here and see. What about oranges? Oranges can't be that bad, right? Let's go over here and see. No, I would say pretty bad. And for those of you who are going to be like, oh, it's because there's a difference in the money. No, there's not, because I've already done some of the math on this. Like, let me give you an example here, okay? For the chicken, right? Do the conversion you want. Like, it's $1 something more than it would be back in Texas where I'm from. It's like $1.50 or $1.60 more for rotisserie chicken. All right, let's look at some of these prices. I don't know how bad these are. I don't buy this stuff, but let's see. $2.97. Okra is $5. Asparagus is $7. Cabbage $1.27. All right, now let's look at some of the meats, like the chicken and stuff like that. $20 is insane. Let's go over here. This small pack, $2.24. Let's move here, $14, just so y'all can see this too. They say buy Canadian, right? Absolutely insane. All right, now let's look at some ground beef. Don't fall for the bullshit you're hearing that it's just the money difference or whatever, bro. It is expensive as fuck over here.
So I live in Calgary, Alberta in Canada, and I'm gonna show you guys how much I spent on my groceries right now. So we're gonna start off with these 6 bananas. The 6 bananas are $1.97. Next, a pack of split chicken wings, $15. $15. The waffles are $4.69 for these Eggo waffles. These 4 red peppers were $7. Crunchy Cheetos value size is $5.99. This honeycomb regular size box is $3.49. 100 no name sandwich bags is $2. Family size boxes of Cheez-Its are $4.49 each. This 300 gram bag of white Pacific shrimp is $7.99. This box of 9 Patty King spicy beef patties is $9.99. The box of chicken nuggets is $6.99, no name. Regular box of 10 Welch's fruit snacks is $3.49. This canola oil was $9.49. The 12 pack of mini cup Pringles is $6.99 each.
let's compare prices. How much are y'all paying for these things? Because I want to know the difference. I see a lot of viral videos about this, so let me know in the comments. How much are y'all paying for some of these items?
This is what $50 worth of grocery looks like. Pringles, lemonade, couple tomatoes, french fries, 2 things of Nutri-Grain, chocolate, bars, Scotch bonnet sauce, 2 island drinks, a couple little candy bags, a milk to go, a cucumber, box of crackers, 2 little snacky things, green onions, bananas, some wraps, and a cauliflower. $50 at Walmart.
Recently, we shared our budget for groceries and it shocked a lot of people. Either it was too expensive or just very cheap. So today, I'm taking you with us to go grocery shopping in Whitehorse, Yukon. Fresh veggies can be very expensive in the Yukon. That's why we buy them only under discount, or we buy cheaper type of veggies such as carrots, potatoes, and bell peppers. But of course, once in a while we go crazy and treat ourselves with like grape tomatoes. One more thing we do to save money is to mostly buy bananas and apples for fruits. Because there's no way we're buying a couple of berries for $8 or a very small cantaloupe for $5. But if you think only fresh products are expensive, wait until you see those transformed. Some of these prices are nonsense. Regarding meat now, I do not eat meat, so that reduces the cost a lot. But Andrew does, so when he wants meat, we try to buy with discount or just frozen or small portions. Vegetarian options are a lifesaver, to be honest. Now into the dairy. We both love cheese a lot, but cheese is also very expensive here in Canada. So you have to look for the discounts and what type of cheese you're buying. Samples of food we buy almost every week include hummus, crackers, and bagels. We buy them on sale or in bulk as much as we can. Regarding basics for cooking, you need to look for discounts because they can get very expensive. And no matter what we're buying, we always try to go with the no-name company. It's usually the cheapest, and most of the time it tastes exactly like those big companies. Or so. So that's about it for our groceries. If you have more questions, leave them in the comments.
You see, not many things piss me off, but when I go to the store and I see deodorant for $20, who are we deodorizing? The Incredible Hulk? Who do you think I am? A total body for who? It's not my body, I'll tell you that. Okay? My body, my choice. Sunscreen for $24 on sale. Is this for astronauts? Are you gonna be up close and personal with the sun? Are you gonna be flying up there saying, hey, how's it going? How you doing? I thought, let me get a bag of chips, sit back and relax, watch a movie tonight. $5. Wallahi, my night's not worth that much. I wanted to buy garbage bags, $7.99. On sale. By the way, mind you, I should have got a lottery ticket this morning. It's my lucky day. I'll pick up every piece of trash in my house and walk it to the dump one by one. I'll pick up one, walk. Come back, pick up the other, walk. Is there a shortage of Maltesers that I'm not aware of? 11.49? Is it gonna come to life and hug me? Is that what it's gonna do? Because I need a hug right now.
You voted for him because he was going to lower the price of groceries, right? Milk and eggs and gasoline. You voted for him because you needed the price of basic shit that you need to live to come down. And you felt he was going to do it, despite the fact that he offered no plan as to how, despite the fact that he lies so goddamn always. You were like, no, he's a businessman and he's looking out for the average American. So he gets into office, and what's he do right away? He takes LGBTQ+ and turns it to LGB. He throws away the T and the Q and essentially throws away the people they represent as well. He says that there are only 2 genders, men and women. He says that government employees can't put their pronouns on their emails anymore. He tells departments you can't observe Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, or Pride Month, or Black History Month, or Holocaust Day of Remembrance. How is that affecting the price of groceries and gas? Did it go down for you? Because it looks like it's not going well. Oh, but he's imposing tariffs. That should definitely do it. The tariffs should help, right? Not according to Fox News, who said these are a list of items that the tariffs may drive up the prices on, and by may they mean definitely will. He said, I'm doing tariffs, and the president of Mexico was like, bet, we can do tariffs too. And Trudeau was like, bet, we can do tariffs too. And the premier of British Columbia was like, if you have liquor that was made in a red state in America, it's not welcome to be sold on our shelves, and they look like this now. But maybe you don't trust Fox News. Maybe that's not a good source. Oh, look, it's Mitch McConnell saying that Trump's tariffs will drive up the cost of everything. Not may, but will. Oh, but he is cutting that government spending. He has Elon.
Good day, my friends. You know, I want to bring something to attention that really got overlooked as far as food prices go, and the involvement of Mark Carney that was completely bypassed, not only by the voters and the general public, but also by the media, because the focus was on Trump and what he was doing with food stuff as it relates to Canada, and everybody completely overlooked it. And I thought about it today, and I'm like, I'm going to bring that up because everybody just overlooked this. Now, how many Canadians knew that Carney was putting tariffs on the food that was entering Canada from USA? How many people know that? Like, when he dropped those retaliatory tariffs, nobody questioned anything. They were just mad about him dropping them, but they didn't inquire to what he was dropping them from. He wanted to complain about Trump and Kuzma compliance, and then the narrative was spun on Trump because he made an executive order that he wouldn't tariff Kuzma related foods. Meanwhile, Mark Carney was. So because of that, the food prices go up. And then what else happened? Oh, we had our little quote-unquote tax break. So then when that tax break's over, then what? Then the prices go up again, don't they? And everybody's blaming the grocery stores, but why is Mark Carney tariffing food coming into our country from USA? And before the Liberals, before you get your panties in a bunch, just know that Trump wasn't tariffing products coming from Canada to the USA as they are food related. He wasn't doing that. In fact, they boasted over him signing an executive order saying that he wouldn't do that. But he never was doing that. But Mark Carney was to our own food coming in. And just for some more validity, Trump never imposed tariffs on Kuzma compliant foods, but Mark Carney did. He hurt us by tariffing food coming in from America, and nobody seems to care.
How's everyone doing? This is a $90 grocery haul. I just thought, you know what, let's turn the camera on. It's been a little bit. Canada, it's expensive, so I'm in Canada, Nova Scotia. I bought these at Superstore. It's the nearest grocery store to me. I don't have a Costco near me. It's 4 hours away. So yeah, $90. You're gonna just get the basics. Everything is so expensive now. Now's the time to be healthy, kind of. As healthy as you can be, because cereal is like 2 for $10 here. You know, chips are expensive, cookies are expensive, so why waste your money on that? You just got to get the basics. 2 packs of eggs, 18 eggs in each. These eggs are 8, 10 a pack. Medium ground beef was on sale here in Canada. This was at Superstore. $12 for a 1.3 kg pack. This is medium though, so it's fatty. But extra lean ground beef is going to cost you an arm and a leg here. Chicken breast is going to cost you an arm and a leg unless you get it on sale or 50% off stickers. So you can drain the fat and make it more lean. But you got to do what you got to do if you want to save money. Buy the medium ground beef, drain the fat. But there's a lot more flavor in this. I've bought expensive extra lean ground beef when I was on my cut, and sometimes it tastes like absolute trash. So I'm not paying $20 for a pack of extra lean ground beef for it to turn out to taste like trash. Frozen bloobs, I got 4 packs. These were on sale for $3.88. Stock up. I love blueberries. Mix it in your Greek yogurt. You can make kind of like ice cream consistency. Put it in my cereal, my protein cereal. Put TC Nutrition protein in the cereal. Mix it up. Tastes delicious. So speaking of Greek yogurt, 2 tubs of Greek yogurt. These are $6 each. Finally, 2 packs, 2 things of milk. Protein milk. Natrel. I don't buy Fairlife anymore because just how expensive it is. But this is also expensive. This is my little rant here. So this stuff was $7.55 last week, literally. Last week. And today it was... Let me see here. I shouldn't be touching this receipt for too long. Low test. $8.33. So it went from $7.55 like 5 days ago to $8.33. Pissed me off. But I need milk. So that's that. $90. It's essential. Nothing really fancy on the side there. And I still need to go, so I'll probably have to get, you know, the different things I need, like potatoes. I go through a bag of potatoes every week. Some more sriracha. But that's pretty much it. This is my diet. Is ground beef, protein powder, Greek yogurt, eggs. Sometimes a little bit of chicken if it's on sale. But yeah, that's that. Hope you enjoyed. If you want more of these, let me know. Hope everyone's doing good. Let me know how much this would cost you in your area.
Hunger in Canada doesn't always look dramatic. There are no headlines screaming emergency, no sirens, no broadcasts. It's quiet, hidden, silent. It looks like seniors stretching a loaf of bread for a week. It looks like students skipping meals to afford rent. It looks like workers eating less so they can pay for gas. It looks like families lining up at food banks, embarrassed but desperate. Food banks across the country are overwhelmed. Demand has never been higher. And the people showing up aren't just the unemployed, they're working Canadians. People with jobs, with degrees, with responsibilities. People who never imagined they'd need help. And yet, here they are. Because food has become unaffordable. Because survival has replaced living. Because hunger has quietly become part of daily life. The silence makes it worse. People don't talk about skipping meals. They don't admit they're struggling. They hide it out of shame. But silence doesn't erase the crisis, it deepens it. This isn't just about economics. It's about dignity. It's about the right to eat without fear, without shame, without struggle. And until that changes, the silent struggle will only grow louder.
Hey everyone, Cody here. I'm just at Safeway. Our Walmart closed about 2 months ago, and I've noticed our prices have gone up a little bit since. I wanted to show you guys what's going on here. Look at this. I mean, I don't eat these anyway, but it's pretty crazy. What I'm interested in and why I decided to pull my phone out is because of the fruit. These were just $14 last time I was here, like 2 weeks ago, getting these. And these blueberries seem to have gotten a little bit smaller. So why is it $6.50 for 300 grams, but over here it's $6.50 for 600 grams? I think it's because they're looking to move this over once these sell. Am I wrong? And here's the organic ones. These were just $7. These are on sale right now, so I'm gonna go with that. But these are gonna be up next week. This is another luxury I never really understood. I never grew up with this, but I noticed these are pretty pricey. Especially over here. The platinum, look at that. shiny. It looks so nice. Same with this. But even like the cheaper looking stuff nowadays, it's wild. I don't know. Or a really small one on sale. But yeah, this is pretty crazy though. I'm definitely drawn in by the shiny package myself. It's exactly what they do in most industries. I bet people who have pets are struggling right now because, I mean, this is insane. $50 for that, and this is grocery store quality. Everyone who's making sandwiches for their lunch is probably paying top dollar. This is something I don't understand. Like, there's a lot of people that can't eat actual solid food. These are supposed to be $10. They've always been $10, $10, $11. Look at them now. Oh, you want the higher protein canola oil? You're gonna pay $20. Grocery store supplements. And most people don't know any better than to pay these prices. These just went up $1.30 in the past week. I know that for a fact. These went up $1. This is a big one that no one really talks about too much, but they have managed to raise the price like crazy for body wash. Especially if you want like the decent quality stuff that's actually not terrible for your skin. It's nuts.
Okay guys, so this is one of the reasons why we are moving from Canada.
No, you see.
We spent $462 on groceries today, and we didn't even get that much. So let me show you what we got. We got 2 cases of Fairlife protein. These were $42.99 each. We got the Kirkland brand Nutella because Leon loves Nutella. And we decided to even go cheaper and get the Kirkland, $12.99. We have some refills for our mop. Those were on sale for $15.99. We have Duracell batteries for Rainy's Toys. These were on sale. On sale. $19.99. Gum, because you know, gotta keep your breath fresh. $14.99 on sale. John really likes these munchie snacks. They're nuts. These were on sale $5.99, I believe. We have a case of Monster. This was $23.99. The nuts, we got 2 of them. We also got 2 of these because these were on sale. These were $8.99. Then Addictions, these are great. We got a case of Diet Pepsi. A case of, I believe, 30. And that was $15.50. $15.50 for Diet Pepsi. Okay, now we're going into Farm Boy. The popcorn was $4.99. Deli meat, $11.85 for 300 grams of deli meat.
So that's $1,000. That's about
I got
1,100. In other words.
100 grams for $6.43.
In other words.
$6.43 for 100 grams, guys. This makes like 1 or 2 sandwiches.
In other words, $600. All right, come through.
I wanted to try these like pepperette things. They're $3.
Yo, a 2 steak.
2 steaks.
For $300. $300.
Okay, like 6 slices of cheese. $4.96.
$400. Right, that's an $400. Sure
I got some tabbouleh salad. This was about $4 or $5.99. I'm gonna have to double check the receipt.
$500.
This is $5.99. Was a dip. Okay.
$500
for a chip dip. We got 3 lemons. That was 3 lemons for $2.50.
$200. 3 lemon brother.
1 tiny little bag of avocados, $6.99.
$600.
And we wanted to buy avocados at Costco because they're bigger and Leon loves his avocados. They were $11.99 at Costco.
$1,100.
Have a mustard, a jar of mustard, $4.99.
$400.
We have 2 containers of sushi. That's also like our dinner for tonight, so it's kind of like a treat. I haven't had sushi since before I was pregnant. $10.50 for 1 package. The other package, I believe, is $13.49. $13.49. And I have just a few pieces more. We have a loaf of some bread, $5, so $4.99. Some half-brown vegetables.
$500.
No, this was $7.99.
$700.
A bag of tortilla chips, $5.99.
What you say? $500.
That's $600. I really like this olive barley bread. This is also like a treat. $5.99.
No. A little piece of bread at $500.
Okay, also back here that I forgot to mention was 4 packs of bacon from Kirkland. Those were $21.99. And I also got turkey breast. That was $21.99. And then I got Leon some little treats here. We got some dark chocolate covered coffee beans. You love these, right? So this was $9.99. And these are maple covered almonds.
$900? Tell me how much that.
$7.99 for these.
Alright, bring it back. Carry it back. Everything, we're going to carry it back.
Okay, and then we had gotten 2 drinks that we drank on the way home. And that was our grocery haul for $462. Guys, there's barely any vegetables here, and there's barely any meat. That's why we're leaving Canada.
So here we are. We've walked through the aisles. We've seen the empty baskets. We've heard the voices of families, seniors, and workers who are struggling to eat. This is Canada today. Not the dream, not the postcard, not the myth. The reality. A reality where food has become so expensive that millions of people are quietly living in hunger. Because this isn't just about rising prices, it's about dignity. It's about the fear of walking into a grocery store and realizing you can't afford the basics. It's about the shame of choosing between rent and food, between medication and nutrition. It's about the exhaustion of surviving in a system that demands everything and gives back so little. For decades, Canada sold itself as a land of stability, a place where hard work meant security, where families could build a future, where immigrants could find opportunity. But today, that promise feels broken. Groceries that were once affordable, milk, bread, vegetables, meat, now feel like luxuries. Families are cutting back. Parents are skipping meals so their children can eat. Seniors are stretching every dollar just to survive. And the result? A nation that feels hungry, not just physically hungry, emotionally hungry, spiritually hungry. Hungry for relief, hungry for dignity, hungry for hope. Let's talk about that hunger. It's not always visible. It doesn't always look dramatic. There are no sirens, no headlines screaming emergency. Hunger in Canada is quiet. It's hidden. It's silent. It looks like a mother watering down milk to make it last. It looks like a student skipping meals to afford rent. It looks like a senior eating toast for dinner because it's all they can afford. It looks like families lining up at food banks, embarrassed but desperate. Food banks across the country are overwhelmed. Demand has never been higher. And the people showing up aren't just the unemployed, they're working Canadians, people with jobs, with degrees, with responsibilities, people who never imagined they'd need help. And yet, here they are, because food has become unaffordable, because survival has replaced living, because hunger has quietly become part of daily life. The silence makes it worse. People don't talk about skipping meals. They don't admit they're struggling. They hide it out of shame. But silence doesn't erase the crisis. It deepens it. Hunger isn't just about empty stomachs. It's about empty hope. It's about the erosion of dignity. It's about the quiet despair of feeling invisible. So let's stop pretending. Let's stop hiding. Let's stop accepting this as normal. Because it's not normal. It's not normal to pay $9 for a block of cheese. It's not normal to spend half your income on groceries. It's not normal to skip meals to make ends meet. It's not normal to feel fear in the food aisle. And it's not normal to accept this as normal. So what do? We start by seeing it, by naming it, by feeling it. We start by validating each other, by sharing stories, by refusing to be silent, because silence is dangerous. It lets the crisis grow. It lets the system hide. It lets people suffer alone. But when we speak, when we share, when we connect, we begin to resist. Resistance doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be quiet, honest, human. It can be the parent who says, "I'm struggling." It can be the senior who says, "This isn't enough." It can be the worker who says, "I deserve better." It can be the collective voice that says, "We deserve dignity." And that voice is growing because people are waking up. They're seeing the cracks, they're feeling the pain, and they're done pretending. They're done accepting crumbs. They're done being polite. They're done being silent. And that's powerful. Because community is everything. It's the neighbor who shares a meal, the friend who listens, the stranger who says, "Me too." It's the collective voice that says, "We deserve better." And that voice is the beginning. Change doesn't start with policy. It starts with people, with voices, with truth. It starts with awareness, with solidarity, with resistance. It starts with videos like this, with conversations, with stories. Because when we speak, we connect. And when we connect, we build power. And that power is the beginning of change. So here's the truth again. You're not crazy. You're not lazy. You're not failing. You're surviving a system that's failing you. And that's not your fault. So breathe, feel, speak. And remember, you're not alone. Not in your struggle. Not in your anger. Not in your hope. Because hope is still here. It's in every person who watches this and nods. It's in every voice that says, "Me too." It's in every story that refuses to be buried. And that hope is the beginning of awareness, of solidarity, of resistance. So thank you for watching. Thank you for feeling. Thank you for being part of this truth. Now go, share it, speak it.